Welcome back to another video, gang. I'm like, period. You know how we do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscription button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I was trying to do a mukbang with this quarter, but I don't know how to do a mukbang. It's just a mess, and I wanna yep. So I know for sure I'm not gonna be eating or drinking when I do that. So I think I just need to make peace with the fact that the mukbang is not gonna work. So let's get started with the video. So yeah, let's get started with the video. The topic today is episode 1 of my road to financial freedom. Why did I start this journey? What happened? Why? Where am I now? Things that I've learned, and was it all worth it? We are not yet debt free, which is something that we're going to talk about. I don't know if we are still going to be on this journey. I'm not sure, but let's just talk about it. And yeah, number one, what happened? What happened for me to be like, oh my god, I'm doing this financial freedom, I'm closing my TFG account, I'm closing my credit cards, I'm no longer doing consumer debts, I'm doing everything cash now, what happened? I have not done like a big like financial mistakes. I've always been fairly okay with my money, but last year, let's say 2023 October, that's when everything started getting a little bit of a mess. I applied for school. I didn't apply for school to go to school because I've always been a person who said I'm not gonna go to school, and then what happened was somebody kept on pestering me about school, and then I applied, and then there was like a bursary at work where they said they will pay like a certain percentage of your fees, and then I applied for that also, which, not thinking a lot about it, I was just like, ugh, I know I'm not gonna go through with this thing, or probably the school is not going to accept me for this course, you know, sometimes you just like, let me just do it, we'll see what happens. And you just don't put it in your head, you don't put it in your plans, because it was not part of my plans. Sharpo. And then November came. We were planning to do a ceremony at home in 2024, which needed us to buy stuff for that ceremony to happen, right? Which was the tombstones. I went home. Me and my dad had been talking about it, and we said 2024. When I went home, my dad was like, no, I don't think we're ready, But I was like, you know what, already have this sum of money. I think I want to pay what I have towards these tombstones. We will see with the balance what happens, because if you keep on waiting and postponing, I think I want it to happen next year. And my dad was like, okay, fine. We paid for the tombstone. It took most of my money, like literally almost all of that money that I had. Sharpo, I came back to Joburg, and I felt a little bit like, when you lose a lot of, not when you lose, but when you pay something so expensive that is like, yes, it's going to benefit you, but it's not yours. Like, it's not like you buying yourself a bag, or you feel like you didn't do anything for yourself, which is what the mind tricked me on. Sharpo, I decided there was Black Friday, and I always wanted snag appliances. Sharp, I bought and I'm buying with account, remember that, my TFG account. I bought the snake kettle, and I also bought, the toaster. I bought it maybe 2 days later or 1 day later. I bought the toaster. Imagine how much that is. 2 of them at once in my TFG account. That was number 1, where the mess began. Sharp, and then back at home, I was like, I want, when we do this tombstone, my dad's bathroom must be ready. It must be finished. And I was not getting people to do the thing. When you stay in a different city from your hometown, it's very difficult to get somebody to do things. It's just difficult to do a project when you're far from home. So I was struggling to get somebody to get the correct quotations and whatever. I was working on assumptions and all of that. And my budgets, when I was budgeting, I planned on assumption. I didn't plan on the actual, because I didn't even know what the actual things that I wanted. But I bought the basic, like your shower, your toilet, the basin. I bought it when because I wanted a floating basin. Sharp. Tiles and all of those things. So when I started the project, in December when I went home, because I thought I was like, you know what, I've already bought the shower, the toilet, the what. The only things that I'm missing is just small things and labor. Can't they, girl, you don't know nothing about plumbing. Plumbing things are expensive, especially the pipes and stuff. Very, very expensive. Because we already have a bathroom, so we're trying to do a shower in suit for my dad. The bedroom, yes, my parents' bedroom. Boom. The project happened in December. Couldn't complete it because of money. Drained my savings. Project was still not complete. The year began 2024 January. The project is incomplete. We have like 5 months towards the ceremony. I'm stressed out. And I'm like, how am I gonna finish this project? How January comes, school responds that yes, ma'am, you've been taken for the course. We need you to start. Hey, man, you need to be in Cape Town in 2 weeks' time. I think in a month time. I think it was in February. It's found out in January. So that means salary in January goes to what? To school. Hey. And I need to stay in Cape Town 2 weeks. I need to pay my own flights and accommodation. Oh my God. Imagine that, Cape Town. It's not part of my plans also. But I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. Let's go. Let's do it. Because I was doing it with somebody. I was doing it with, I have a mother at work. Yes, she's like a mother figure to me. She's really my mother, Shem. That one is my mother. We went together, sharp. That is money also. I have TFG account. My credit card is also owing because like I was using my credit card as I go. Like use it, pay it, use it, pay it, use it, pay it. But the amount was fine. Sharp. After that February, after Cape Town, oh my God, I was broke. Coming back, sharp. At least we got paid. I think on the mid-second week or somewhere there. So it kind of helped. And then thank God I went with somebody who is my parent, you know. So she was acting like my mother. She was not acting like a stranger or whatever. She was literally acting like my mother, and she knows how much I earn. She knows my lively things. I know that people say don't make friends at work, whatever. But now I do have a mother and a brother at work, which are actually like they play a figure of a brother, and even my brother disciplines me when I'm doing things wrong at work. But anyways, sharp. Like when I'm misbehaving, sharp. Then March went school. That means I'm a student now. That was not part of my plans. I was not planning to be a student. It just happened, you know. It just happened. It was not financially. I was not financially prepared for it, you know. And I found myself squeezed financially. And I was like, if I continue like this, like I'm not gonna be able to, like I couldn't take a big change because of the financial decision that I made, which is one thing that I learned, that when you make financial decisions today, always remember that these things might affect you tomorrow. Always think about tomorrow. Anything can change. I mean, this year you can be like, oh, you're living your best life. Next year, maybe you fall pregnant and then next year you have a child. Children are expensive. We cannot go about that. Or you get a new job that needs a car, or maybe at your work, or maybe an emergency happens at home that makes you realize that you need a car, so now you need to buy a car, and your finances are not, you're not ready for that big change. So that is one of the things that made me want to be like, you know what, it's time that I take my finances needs to make sense in each and every situation that might come my way. If anything happens, I need to be ready financially. At that time, I didn't even have a medical aid, you know. I was just living freely. Life was good. So that's why I started this journey. I ended up paying off after March, after the trip, March, me and my best friend had a trip to PE, sharp. But that one was long time planned, so I was kind of ready for it, sharp. Because the accommodation and whatever and transportation and all of those, I was kind of ready for it. So I didn't have a problem with going for the trip. Sharp, we went on the trip, nice. After the trip, it was Easter, I went home. Then I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna increase my credit limit on my credit card so that I can finish this shower, because I want it to be done. When this ceremony happens, I want this to be done. I pushed that. That means I'm doubling my credit card. My credit card went skyrocketed on the credit limit. I did it and I finished the project sharp. The event came. The ceremony happened sharp with Dani. During the ceremony, we were just pushing through it. I felt like I was not ready financially, and yeah, as much as I could admit that my dad was kind of right, but I thought I was prepared because I didn't think that school was going to be in the picture and all of those things. And school also needs, it means that there's money needed there, there's fees, there's transportation, and the school is in Cape Town. I mean, I live in Joburg. Traveling back and forth, when I write, I don't even write in Joburg, I need to write in Pretoria or even in Cape Town, you know. So it was just a mess, you know. Sharp. So I started paying my account, I started paying my TFG account, I paid my credit card, and in the process of paying those things, it felt like I'm paying but I'm not making progress. This is for the people who are aggressively like, you're paying your debts. It's gonna feel like there's no movement, but let me tell you something, there is a movement. As much as you are paying it and you make sure that, especially in a credit card, what I did was I pay a credit card. After I pay it, after it clears, I reduce my credit limit like that until I finished it. But it took time. Like one thing all these little things that I did in 3 months took me a whole year and a half to pay off everything. Like as we speak now, I'm only left with my bond. That is the only debt that I have. I don't have any clothing debt, I don't have any furniture debt, I don't have any debt. My phone, I don't owe anybody except the bank for this apartment. That's the only thing that I owe. But in the process of doing those things, it felt like I was not finishing, which is one of the reasons why when I said I wanted to be debt free. But also just thinking about what happened last year, I'm just like, am I really ready to do that for this apartment? Because this apartment needs me to be like really focused, pay off the account. It needs you to focus, you know. I hope this video is not all over the place. That is why I decided that I want to be debt free and all of those things. And also having a lot of debts limits you as a person, because you can't just make certain decisions. You can't just want to travel somewhere within a year. You need to plan in advance. Having monthly payments, okay, maybe it's because monthly payments give me anxiety. I don't like having stress. I don't want payday to stress me. I want payday to make me happy. I want payday when I get paid. I'm like, yes, today we're getting paid. Let's see what progress we've made. I'm sure you guys are looking at this quarter and you're like, girl, are you gonna eat this quarter or not? Shabu. That is what happened. And yeah, it was very difficult. Even the school was very difficult. I remember there was a time where I didn't even have electricity for 3 days. I was studying. Oh my god. But what kept me going when it came to school was the fact that there's this person who said, there was a TikTok of a guy who said, rather you study now and focus on your studies now. Study now, sleep for 2 hours while you're studying, rather than you sleep for 8 hours, you didn't study enough, you're not ready for the exam, you fail the exam, now you have an extra year. It's better to sacrifice now. Study now, everything now. Even if it means you're not going to sleep, you will sleep after the exam. I was studying, bruh. I was studying. Let me tell you something. Last year I was studying, Shem. I was studying to a point where I'm like, hey, I need to make sure, Baba. Because I felt like it's been a while since I went back to school. So, and I didn't want to do it wrong, because I have applied to schools before. I have done my postgrad before and I dropped out. And the other one, the funding, whatever. So there was a mess when it came to me doing my postgrad. So I was like, if I'm going to give this a shot, I need to give it my all. So finally, we have passed with cum laude. We've passed with distinctions, which is great. In all this, what have I learned and where am I now? Where I am now, as I said, I don't have any consumer debt. Everything that I do cash. If you see me buying something, just know I bought it cash. I go somewhere cash. I don't have a credit card. I closed my credit card. My TFG account is paid up. I have no debt except my bond, which is one thing that I wish I could finish quicker. But finishing it quicker means I need to do a lot of sacrifices, and I don't think I'm ready for that mentally. And also remembering that I am entering my early 30s. I'm like 30, I'm turning 30 this year, entering my early 30s. I really want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be so frugal to a point where I'm not enjoying life, you know. Yes, last year I said a lot of no's, and I was just like, nah, this is not the kind of life I want. But also I have to remember the life that I want for myself, or the life that I'm trying to build for myself, because I really do want a life of a debt-free life where I'm financially free. I know that in Johannesburg, when you buy an apartment, you don't really own it. Even a house, you still need to pay your levies and all of those things, which is one of the things where I'm just like, maybe in the future, I am going to have a house in the village. I'm sorry. I'm one of the people who are going to end up in the village. Especially old age, I am going to be staying in the village. I'm not going to be staying in town. Sorry, I'm not going to be staying in town. I'm going to be having my little garden there, my little chicken. You know that video, Ricky Ross? I'm going to play it now. Yeah.
So this Luke Belair?
No, I'm sober, but crazy seeing you here, though.
They just told me entertainers don't make enough money to even bank here.
Shit, they might be right, but that's why the fuck you gotta diversify. You gotta come down to the promised land, man. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie. Lemon pepper?
What have I learned? I learned that sometimes allow people to underestimate you. It's okay people to think that you're broke. They'll be like, oh, you're broke, you don't have money, whatever. It's okay. Like, allow them to think that. Allow people to undermine you. Don't take offense, or don't try to prove a point, and say no, because sometimes it's very difficult to say no. Sometimes just say no, bro. You don't want to overcommit yourself, because it's so difficult. I know a lot of people who are overcommitted in black tax, where they have so much commitment into their family. And I'm not saying don't help out at home. I did help out at home. Well, I could, and when you are helping at home, you don't need to be expecting anything in return. So do it out of the goodness of your heart and the fact that you can afford to do it. Don't do anything that you cannot afford. Always do things that you can afford and you're comfortable with, and things that are not going to leave you broke. And I know that our situations are different. It's not all of us who have the choice to say no to your family, because sometimes you are the only person that they depend on. But learn to say no, and learn to know how far can you push, how far can you go. Don't overextend yourself, and don't over commit. And also try and live within what you earn, or below what you earn. They say live below your means. That's one thing that I learned, the importance of living below your means and having a savings, which is one thing that I did not have last year until I had an emergency and I had to borrow money. And I told myself that I'm never gonna borrow money again. Now I have a savings account. Always have a savings account. Even when you're paying your debts aggressively, make sure that you have money saved up somewhere in case anything happens, because emergency doesn't knock, it just comes, you know. And also, what have I learned? That just discipline is very important. Be very, very disciplined. Discipline pays off. It really does. Like, it really, really does pay off. When you're disciplined, if you say that every month I'm gonna put up 500 or 200 or 1,000 rand or 5,000, whatever the amount that you set yourself, you say, yeah, I'm gonna save this amount. Stick to that amount, no matter what. Even when you get paid, start with that saving. Save that amount, leave it, and then see what happens after that. Because also, I realized that when you are saving, when you save money to savings, your life will start adjusting to the money you remain with after taking out money for your savings. If, let's say, for instance, you earn 5,000, you said, I'm going to put out 1,000 a month, save out 1,000, your life will adjust to the 4,000. You will find a way to live within the 4,000. And what else did I learn? Like, something that is significant today makes a huge difference tomorrow. The little changes that you make, the habits that you create, it affects tomorrow. You know, like when you are saving today, let's say you save 100 rand, you save 100 rand every month. By the end of the year, you will have 1.2 and a couple of maybe 10 rand, 1.2, 10 rand or whatever. that year it keeps on building. It might seem like a small amount, but it keeps on building. And also focus on owning things. Like focus on owning things. Buy land if you can, especially if you're in the villages. Buy land. Land is very, very important. I know that we want to buy apartments, properties in the towns and whatever, but those properties are not very stable, according to me, especially if you can lose your job. If you lose your job, or if anything happens in your life, levy still needs to be paid, property rate still needs to be paid, bond still needs to be paid. But emakaya, if you have a land, you bought a land and you build your turu, you know that I don't need to pay levies, Lana. I can stay here. The only thing that I need to worry about is food and electricity. You know, you can even plant your spinach, your tomatoes, your onions, and all of those things. And yeah, that's what I've learned. And was it all worth it? I think it was all. It was worth it. Honestly speaking, it was worth it. Right now on payday, I don't stress, and I don't like on payday for me to be paying a lot of. I hate that. I don't like paying a lot of things. I want payday to be relaxed. My payments should take 3-4 minutes, and then I'm done paying everything, and then see what happens, and my day continues. I don't want to be having to pay who. I don't like that. That's one of the reasons why I left Stockfell. I know Stockfell helps a lot, but for me, I just felt like it's draining. Tomorrow you are sending Cynthia, tomorrow you're sending Pagalo, Kamuso you're sending Kamuso you're sending. It's just a lot. So, and also understand the relationship you have with money, and understand yourself, like what makes you anxious, uncomfortable, whatever. Now I know that having a lot of payments give me anxiety. Like it gives me stress. I'm not gonna sleep the night before payday, so I need to make sure that my things are very, very easy. Simplify your finances, and if you can auto things. If you can auto your levies, you can auto your property rates, you can auto your savings, you can auto maybe your electricity, or auto whatever the case might be, auto your black tax, and auto all of those things. It becomes easier to manage, because you know on payday you just relax and things are just gonna pay themselves and all of it. So was it worth it? It was worth it. Are we continuing with being debt free? I think I am gonna take it slow. I'm not gonna rush myself, because I wanted to rush myself and like be like, in the next 5 years I need to be done with this thing and all of those things. But I feel like it's gonna put me in a tight spot. I still want to enjoy life, and I'm still young, so I need to enjoy the money before I start making big decisions, like if ever I decide to have a kid, too much commitment. But I'm kidding. I'm saying if ever, or I get married, because one of my friends, I remember having a conversation with my friends about future plans and all of those things, and she asked me like, what if you do get married, like what's gonna happen? And that never crossed my mind. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you think. Do you think that, I know that like I'm not saying everybody needs to be debt free, but all I'm saying is not having debt is nice. Like life is nice. I mean, today when I get paid today, I can pay my utilities and still have money left and be able to do things for myself. You know, I can be able to buy the top that I could walk into a shop and buy the top that I want. I could, you know, payday, I'm flexible. You know, I'm flexible to do certain things, which I was not flexible last year, because last year when I was very strict, but this year I have a little bit loosened up. But also I realized that discipline sometimes it can be offensive to people around you, because if you're disciplined and budget, people don't get it. People are very spontaneous. They want to do things then and when, and sometimes you can't do that because you didn't commit to that, you didn't budget for that. And yes, it's like, it feels like you don't want to do things with other people, but that's not the case. This was not part of my budget. It was not part of my budget. And sometimes you're not going to go to those things and be like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to make it. And sometimes it sounds a bit like, oh, you don't want to do things with other people. I know we are all watching this quarter and asking ourselves that, are we going to eat it or what? But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and what did you learn anything from this? Would you do debt free? living below your means, does it really exist? Because I was listening to a video, a lady said, we are always like, oh, financial literacy, but you cannot financial literacy yourself out of poverty. And I was like, you know what? Yes, we don't make enough, but that does not excuse our behavior of over-indebting ourselves and over-committing on certain things. But sometimes, you just don't make enough. There's nothing you can do. The money is just small. There's absolutely nothing you can do. But you can find ways, start side hustles. I know that hustle culture sometimes is, capitalism has us, but if you see that your job, you're not earning enough, start selling perfume, start selling whatever. Rona, I'm not stupid for selling. I'm working a 9 to 5, and as much as people might be like, but you good, bruh, like you are earning okay, like ushapo, you might not afford certain things, but you can afford yourself, But I still want more money. That's why I still sell Justine. Even my skincare products, whatever, I still buy them from Justine. I still and also one thing that I learned also was keep things simple. Like, make it easy. Don't overcomplicate things that are not complicated. Make things simple and easy for you. Even my face, my skincare routine, I no longer complicated. I'm not gonna be using extreme things. I've been using the same things for the past 3 years, I think, and I'm sticking to them. I'm no longer trying new things there. Hey, there's a serum for what, there's what. I can try it, but unless if it's really benefiting my skin, but I'm not gonna jump at everything that is trending, because you'll end up ruining your skin also. But that's not about skin. We're not talking about skincare, whatever. But yeah, just keep things simple. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Bye. And what did you learn from this video? And what are the things that you're going to implement? And also, when you're paying off debts, there are different methods of paying off debts. People say start with the highest interest debt and start paying that aggressively, whatever. Now, what I did was I made sure I made minimum payment of all of them, and then I attacked the smallest one like that. But I didn't have a lot of debts, so I don't think I'm a perfect person to start speaking about debts, because my debts I didn't have like 100 debts. It was just my TFG account, my credit card, and my student balance, or student, can we say student loan? Yeah, student loan, which I've paid off all of them. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Bye.